Welcome back again! Hello again, it's Yellowfang42. We are here for yet another session of KH2 level 99 grind before we beat up Twilight Thorn. That's the official name. Well, it's more like its government name. I don't know why, but the concept of saying or calling something a government name is just the funniest shit to me on the planet. It's kind of like if someone just stuck with usually calling me Yellowfang, and then just, like, if they got really mad at me, they go on the full government name and are like, Yellowfang42, and I'm like, oh... That's kind of the vibe. I'm sure folks have been full named by a parent or guardian or a teacher at least once. It's extra scary if the parent uses the middle name, you're just like, oh no. Oh no. It's been quite a heck of a weekend. As per usual, I did my lawn care. I watched some Star Trek episodes. It was great. I've been on the grind. It's been good. Ugh. Apparently, the speech is still a work in progress, but that's what it is. If it gets bad enough, I'll deploy the accent and it'll clear up a little bit. Because whenever I speak with an accent that is not my usual one, it forces me to think a little bit extra. Oh man. You know, wait, okay. First thing oh shit! Hang on a second, let me take these fellas out. I got distracted, I was thinking about two things at once. One of them was the fact of taking care of your shoes, especially if you have leather shoes, you gotta get leather wax. Brushing up the shoes is always a reward in of itself right after using them. Technically, I probably should be leather waxing them before a session, but it gives them a little bit of time to just dry out and, well, not dry out completely, obviously. I swear to God, I can speak English. It just ain't coming to me real fast. What was the other one? Taking care of shoes, and then, right, XP orbs. Yeah. I was thinking about that. To be honest, I think it really should be health orbs, but all I could think of was XP grind and stuff like that, so I say, yeah, they should taste like lemon lime. I think I'm mainly thinking of it in that particular manner because of Minecraft, because whenever you take something out, the orbs are either a yellow or a green or something like that. I think they should taste like lemon lime. That's just my opinion, though. I mean, shoot. In some story fantasy stuff, there's what the hell is wrong with my speech patterns? Jesus Christ. You'd think I'd be fine, but apparently not. Apparently not. Good lord. Instant streamer brain. Instant. Good lord. Mana potions tasting like a specific thing. Although I think in a lot of stories they usually have health potions taste more like a green flavor, like something citrusy. Because I mean, shoot, vitamin C is supposed to help fuel your... What is wrong with me today? I am so sorry, chat. And I've been talking a lot today too. At least I thought I was. Back on track. Health potions, often citrusy. Vitamin C helps white blood cells. That's why they tell you to take your vitamin C. The other reason to take vitamin C is to... Well, actually, it just helps your blood cells in general, because if you get scurvy, 9 times out of 10, if you're getting scurvy, all of your scars are reopening and stuff like that. The vitamin C helps you maintain the seal after the injuries, so eat an apple, eat an orange if you're not allergic to it. Find some way to obtain vitamin C in your diet, because scurvy is not an old-timey disease. You can get it. And it sucks. Thankfully, I have not had scurvy because I pay attention to my vitamin C levels and also try to consume an apple at least every once in a while so that I don't have low hits. What in God's name is going on with my marbles today? They're a little all over the place. Goodness gracious me. I did say I accomplished quite a bit. I mean, I watched a couple Star Trek episodes yesterday. I had to sit down for after both of them, just kind of think for a minute. I'm on season 3 at this point, because seasons 1 and 2, they're alright. They do well. I enjoyed them, apart from that one episode. If you know, you know. If you don't, good lord. Yikes. I think it's episode 3. We're not counting splitting Encounter at Farpoint in half. It's Code of Honor. Code of Honor is kind of... it's shit. Yeah, that one... Ugh. Cursed episode, damn. Anyhow. But yeah, for the most part, seasons 1 and 2, I really like the episodes. So when I get down to season 3, I'm like, damn, I'm getting fed. It's not like eating a little bite-sized thing. I mean, to be fair, I was doing just fine with both seasons 1 and 2, like having to take a break every once in a while, because the episodes are 45 minutes each. They're like little miniature movies. But they're so good. Holy shit, they are so good. It's not just little 22-minute episodes or 30-minute episodes. Some quality stuff going on here. And then season 3 just raises the bar with the writing and production and stuff like that. It's great. I'm having a grand old time. I'm only halfway through disc, I think it's 5. Yeah, 5 of 7. So... Yep. I've gone a little bit slower in the past couple of times consuming the seasons because I keep making the damn mistake of checking out all of the discs for the season at once, and I really should just do like 2 or 3 at a time. So then as I go through the episodes, I'm not feeling the weight of my sins staring me down. Because it looks overwhelming when you look at that many episodes at once. Kind of why whenever I think about, hey, maybe I'll watch One Piece, well, there's 2 things that deter me from One Piece. 1, the number of episodes, and 2, I'm not particularly quite fond of the art style. But that's just me. I'm kind of picky about some of my art styles. It always surprises me when, you know that, you know the adult cartoons, how they have the like really simplistic style, and I know it's just to keep it simple so that they can get the episodes out in a timely manner and stuff like that, but it's just it bugs me. The art style just kind of is just like, oh, it's gonna be one of those, isn't it? Although there are some series where I'm like, damn, I might actually watch this. Which is a shocker because that actually surprisingly included Rick and Morty, because I've seen a few of the clips of the later seasons. It's more of the story-heavy stuff, not when they're like doing some random bullshit or something like that. When they get into the nitty-gritty storyline stuff and the character development, that's when it's really good. That's when it shines the most. Does it do a lot of gross-out humor? Of course it does. That's very much the vibe that they were going for. Very much the vibe they were going for, but it's very interesting how they're... I've only seen bits and pieces, but it's very interesting of how they're moving forward after, spoiler regarding Rick's nemesis. There we go. Just on the off chance one of you decides to give that a whirl. Yeah. You know what's funny, now that I think about it, I think Lower Decks has a similar, not a similar art style to that, but like kind of the adult animation art style where it's not like super duper detailed and stuff like that, like a lot of adult animations. And what's funny, I'm gonna eventually get around to that. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna have a grand old time with it. Yeah, I've still got a long ways to go. I'm trying not to just jump around too much because I want to actually enjoy the show and take my time with it. You know, kind of like how TV shows used to be, where you didn't just binge the entire season in one sitting. You had to sit with it for a bit. Sometimes you sat like waiting for a week for another episode to come out. That's one of the weaknesses of some of the older series, like not with Star Trek in particular, because it's more of an episodic thing. I'm more talking about Naruto. I tried to watch Naruto a little while ago, and there's a reason that people do abridged versions of that, because they keep doing freaking flashbacks to the things not just in the previous episode, but also earlier in the episode. It's like 5 minutes ago, I was explaining the whole thing. I'm like, I feel like you're padding it, and it's driving me insane. I couldn't do it. I could not get past the bridge related arc. I could not do it. I only got 11 episodes in, and I'm like, I cannot do this right now. I've heard it gets better by Shippuden, but I kind of want to, I would like to watch the entire story. I would like to see the development and the progression. I think one of these days I'm just gonna have to sit down and watch the manga. Good lord. Read the manga. There we go. I'm just gonna have to read it. It's kind of like when I read, I think, almost the first 2 major arcs of Bleach. Like we were getting into the rescuing Rukia arc of Bleach. So that'd be around season 2. I did not get through any of, like, I barely got through 1 episode of the anime version, but the manga I got through a good number of the volumes, actually. I'm kind of surprised. It was actually really fun. I don't remember why I stopped reading. I think I was busy, either that or I just forgot by the time the next chapter, the next time I was able to access the next volume. It was something along those lines. There was something that stopped me. I can't remember what it was. It might have just been an availability issue. Yeah. There's some instances where the manga is better, specifically in older series where some of the adaptation stuff gets a little lost in the sauce. Obviously, there's certain things that you can't quite adapt from page to animation. And some stuff you can, and you can pay a little homage to that or something like that. Yeah. Oh, I do remember something from my weekend that was quite the event. So, one of the things that you gotta do every once in a while is you gotta flip your mattress. You know, just do a whole 180 flip. And funny enough, the only reason I learned that you gotta flip your mattress is it's because of The Simpsons. You see that one episode where Marge flips over hers and Homer's mattress and then like beats the crap out of the indent that Homer's body supposedly left to like flatten it out, to like freshen it up. Well, there's a slight problem with my mattress. It is only one side up. It is not one of those ones that allows you to just flip it. So I came up with a solution. I just rotated it 180 degrees. And I did this for 2 reasons. 1, I figured I needed to do it. And 2, where I normally sleep, I feel like there's a bit of a dent from where I normally sleep. And I also did that with the mattress topper as well, because I have a mattress topper that makes it a little softer. Otherwise, I have a firm-ass mattress. I slept on a brick for, like, God knows how long. I have been sleeping on a solid brick. And now I sleep on a slightly cushioned brick. Point is, there's a bit of a dent. I felt a little bit like Homer Simpson at times, and I thought, okay, this is mucking up my back. So first night after flipping the mattress, I wake up in the morning. I normally sleep on, if I'm laying on the bed facing forward, it'll be, like, if you're facing the bed, like, staring it down, looking at the pillows and stuff like that, it's the left side of the bed. I woke up on the right side of the bed instead. Basically, I migrated back to the other side of the bed. And this morning, I was slightly rotated so that way I was kind of towards that side as well. So I just keep migrating, which was probably a sign that I should have flipped the mattress a lot longer time ago. Should have done this a hell of a lot sooner. Oh my god. 10 out of 10 though, funniest shit ever. Genuinely the funniest shit I've ever experienced was waking up and realizing, wait a minute, I'm on the opposite side of the bed I normally sleep on. I'm sleeping on the dented side again. Somehow I rolled here. How? It was kind of impressive, honestly. I think I said that before, but it just blows my mind. I'm trying to figure out ways to sleep that don't scrunch the shit out of my back, because unfortunately I don't sit as much as I used to. I do a lot of pacing and so forth, because I think a lot. I'm doing a lot of internal thinking processes, and a lot of times when I do that, I pace like crazy. Anyways, so I don't sit as much as I used to, but unfortunately that does not prevent my back from being a little shithead and my hip being disconnected. So that's all fine and dandy. I'm probably gonna have to do some more working out again. I haven't touched my Dance Dance Revolution setup in a while, so that might be on the list of things to do tomorrow. It very much will be, actually. Who am I kidding? Oh, good golly. Oh. I am so sorry. Yeah. I'm also thinking later, not while on stream, but I think off stream, I'm gonna try and look for the recordings of, I think Streamer University just finished up with the sessions and so forth. But I'm gonna see if there are recordings of Ludwig's classes in particular, because I saw some of his clips from some of the stuff that he was teaching, and I'm like, okay, this is some solid advice that I think I need to like properly sit down and take some notes, figure it out. See what I can do and apply it. I am aware that I am very much in the subject of the call out of like there's a lot more work that I could be putting in. I do feel like I hit my limits too early, but I've been building back up from a pretty nasty health hit. So, I'm building back up, both in my spirit and in physical capacity to do things. It's a work in progress for sure. I apologize for the pauses and the echoey sounds. I am drinking my water like nobody's business. I just ate some delicious chicken and fries. I'm very particular about my chicken and fries because if you get those like little fried chicken pieces from the store, not the boneless ones, you get them from the frozen section and stuff, you bake them in the oven for like 30 minutes or so, or 22 minutes depending on what brand and stuff and the size of the chicken bits. Anyway, those and the chicken strips. I'm very particular about my options because a lot of brands, at least the pretty common ones, they have this tendency to leave those pardon my French, even though it's not actually French, but those fuck ass tendons, they leave them in there and it's the most nastiest, chewiest part, and it's so gross. I hate it. It makes me feel like I'm chewing on a rubber band, and I hate when they leave those in there. So I'm like, anytime that shows up in the meat, anytime that shows up in like a chicken tender or a chicken tender or chicken nugget or whatever, I'm like, well, I ain't eating this brand ever again. Shit's banned from my fridge. Well, actually freezer. I ain't putting that in the fridge. It'll get soggy and gross, and it'll be disgusting. Ooh. Okay, perfect. Sorry, I got distracted by a text. I'm actually very interested in seeing it. Plus, it's also good for me to socialize with my friends. Yeah. 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 Sorry, there seems to be a discussion in my IRL friends group chat about spiders, and it's making my skin crawl, so I am, I had to put in my 2 cents. Just a little, yeah. I think that's all that's necessary at that point. I hope I haven't scared them out of the conversation discussion. Whee! Oh man. Spiders are an interesting lot. There is still a remnant of a spider corpse on my ceiling from me shooting it with a Nerf gun. That one was the one that took me multiple shots to try to get it down. There was another instance, and it's still my favorite. I've probably told this story ad nauseum at this point. But there was this one spider that was in the hallway, and I noticed it kind of like tracking my movements and turning and facing me every time, and I'm like, are you seriously challenging me, bro? And he was kind of pissing me off, because he was staring me down, and I'm like, this fella's actually trying to challenge me. So I get my Nerf gun, and I aim, I fire, I miss. Okay, that's fine. I go for the second shot, miss. Third shot, I nail him and he disappears. And I'm just thinking, did I just vaporize a spider with a Nerf gun? No, I did not. The spider got ricocheted so far down the hall, like at the opposite end of the hall. It was kind of impressive, actually. It took me a while to find the corpse of the spider, unfortunately. But I gave it a proper burial. Proper burial. Yep. But yeah, that was the only time that I managed to get a spider down in 3 shots. The remaining times where I've gone for a spider, it always takes like 10 or 15. And then I have to fight for my life trying to find all the darts. It's way better than trying to throw a notebook at it. Because anytime I try to throw a notebook at it, the spider just disappears into the aether, and I'm like, crap, where'd it go? Or trying to squish it with my shoe, there's always a chance, because you're like directly under it, that it just drops on you, and it's just like, no, don't drop on me, you son of a bitch. Yeah, spiders are such little bastards. To be fair, I do like them, and I like what they do. I just don't like it when they get in my personal space. Like, one time, there was a spider that just, like, spawned itself in my bed. I happened to see it. I was, like, just chilling, staring at my phone during the season where I would just stare at my phone for way too freaking long. And this is before I rotated my bed. Like, not the mattress, the bed itself. I just turned it, like, 90 degrees to change the orientation and the spacing and stuff like that. Way better, honestly. But I see the spider freaking crawl on my screen. I'm like, shit! And it's like on my bed, and I'm like smacking the shit out of it. It like runs around, so I go and try to find like something to kill it with. And it freaks me out. I make a lot of noise. I wake up half of my family because of that. I woke up a couple of people in the house because I was freaking out so bad. I didn't like scream or anything, but I was like, I did eventually find it and eliminate it, and yeah. But yeah, if a spider makes the cardinal sin of trying to sleep in the same bed as me, no thank you. No, you will not disturb my slumber. You will not hole up with me in my bed. Hell nah. Spiders do not get that privilege. It's same if I find it in the bathroom. If I find a spider in the bathroom, okay. There's two spots where it's just like, no, you cannot be there. One is anywhere near the toilet. And 2 is anywhere within the bathtub or shower, depending on where I'm at. If it is in the shower or the bathtub, the Wrath of Poseidon comes forth. Because, hell nah. You are not going to be in a place... Basically, any places where I am physically vulnerable, the spiders are not allowed. If it's like near the kitchen sink, and if it's not anywhere near me or getting in my way physically, if it's near the kitchen sink, I don't give a shit. I don't care. Like one time I was about to refill a pitcher for getting the water in the dog's bowl. Because they have this little fountain. They have a little fountain thing to keep the water moving. They like it a lot. And and there was a spider in the pitcher that I was about to fill, and I'm like, okay, buddy. And so I just very carefully like shake it so that it stays inside the pitcher, and then I just gently dumped it outside into a little patch that I'm like, okay, this little guy will not get hurt over here. So I just dropped him off over there, and then took the pitcher back inside and did my duty. And yeah, but yeah. Yeah, spiders have very limited places, as if they cannot be, if they're not in a place where a vulnerability where I like sleep or I'm trying to clean up or anything like that, or just, you know, they're fine. They're fine. As long as they're not there. I can't remember if I said, I remember a while ago I remember talking about and also on live extracting the calendar from my wall and so forth, or maybe it was after. I did finally remove the 2022 calendar. It was like 4 years sitting there. It finally went down. The calendar is disposed of, and I now have a a near 2-decade old certificate from a weather spotters thing that I went to a while ago. It's just thumbtacked into the wall because the frame I was gonna put it on is busted. And I was like, this frame is allowing the glass to slip out, which means the glass could just fall and smash and shatter, and that is a hell to clean up, especially if it's carpet. So I'm just like, okay, we're not doing that. We are so not doing that. So yeah, I just have an impaled certificate on the wall. It's fine. I was gonna use a different frame for a photo, but that frame can only be used in portrait mode. But it cannot be landscaped. I don't know why. Either I just need to re-engineer it, or it's just one of those ones that's just like, you want to be a landscape? Nope. Yeah. Screw you. Well. Yeah, I'm trying to make little changes and things to make things move forward. I still haven't fixed that damn the fancy brass clock that makes my fingers smell like brass after they've been touched. Brass is such an interesting metal. But I haven't touched the clock in a while. I really ought to at some point. I think I didn't wind it enough, so yeah, that's it's not on my major to-do list, but it is on a list. The other thing that's on my list is going through my wardrobe and just getting rid of some of the stuff that I'm flat out never gonna wear again. Because there are a couple of things that I just like don't wear, but other things I'm like, okay, maybe I just don't pair them well, or because it's all perfectly good. The thing is, I have a habit of being like, well, this is a perfectly good shirt, or this is a perfectly good skirt, or these are perfectly good pants. They're still wearable. And so I can't bring myself to get rid of them, because it's always a, well, what if I want to wear them again? Because, like, once upon a time, I had these gray skinny jeans, and then I regretted getting rid of them. Nowadays, there's no way in hell I'm fitting in those damn skinny jeans. One, because I was a teenager the last time I wore them, and two, I did physically gain some weight. One, because I'm an adult now, and two, because I don't exercise as much as I used to. So, there's gonna be a little bit of gain for the whole thing. Plus, I do try to not focus on whether or not I've gained or lost weight, because I am not immune. I am not immune to the plague that is called eating disorders, and I do not want to give myself one or fall into that spiral, because it is really nasty. And ruins your life and also your body physically if you go through that. And not... You might think that you're making a difference. You're making a difference, but, your organs are going to be pretty messed up and it's not going to be great. That's all I can really properly say on it. I'm not trained on how to handle those particular things. It's one of those things where you do need a professional to help you through it because it's really nasty on you. It does a lot of damage to the physical body, which includes the brain, which also means that it damages your psyche and stuff for a very long time. It's not good for you. Okay, sorry. I had to get that 4 just to get the 2022. I had to do it. It was important to me. I think I need to have a discussion about a trip later this year. I have a hankering for the ocean. I'm craving it. I crave the ocean, I crave the sand, I crave the waves of the sea. Yeah. I need to experience the sand and not necessarily like a summer beach trip. I like going to the beach during the off season because freaking no one is there during the off season, which means it's nice and quiet. There's not a bunch of people around. There's space to just breathe. It's nice. It's not too hot and sunny. I always appreciate a day without sun. Unfortunately, I don't think I had that today. It's fine though. On the bright side, I survived the lawn care session, which is always an ordeal and a half, especially since I didn't mow on Thursday. And it was because I was dead tired and it was hot. It was hot as hell. And there were other obligations that I needed to take care of, and I'm just like, you know what? I'll just clean up the I'll just pick up the backyard because it's the backyard. I have to do it twice. It's a pain in the ass, but it grows really fast. So I'm just like, I'll pick out the backyard and then Monday I'll just deal with it and accept the consequences. Oh my gosh, the consequences were so severe. The grass was long. I had to empty the damn mower like 4 times. There is probably still some leftover grass still on the damn lawn. It's horrendous. I was fighting for my life. Also, a couple of the plants that were on the mower, they stabbed me. There was like a little like needle that went through my finger from one of the plants. It was like a plant thing. So I had to like carefully pluck it out because it was really pissing me off. Thankfully it didn't get too far or too deep. I was able to pull it out. It was like a splinter basically, except a nettle. I'm just like, ow. That's annoying. And then I go to trim the rose bushes because one of them has been irritating me. It's always when I'm irritated that I get a ton of stuff done. I don't know if I like that. I don't think I like that one bit. Not one bit. It's fine though. I can live with it. But I go to thin it out. And then the big shears. I'm starting to think that I broke the pin that keeps the wood from detracting from the metal part. So yeah, I need to get a new nail for the handle. I hope it's not in the garbage can because I'm not getting that out. I am not digging for that, especially now. I really hope it's not in there. I hope I just find, I'm gonna have to go, I'll have to, like, go to a hardware store and be like, hey, y'all got a nail or a screw or something like that can go into this thing? Because I am particularly fond of the... I'm very fond of the big clippers, and I think part of it, the reason why I say I'm sure I snapped it somehow, is because I say I don't work out like I used to, but the thing is I do have a modicum of natural strength. I just have a lot of physical natural strength. So if I actually did some lifting and stuff like that, I would be a nightmare. If to put it lightly, I would be a little bit of a nightmare if I actually did more working out. I would be scary. But even as I am, I still have a lot of physical, natural upper body strength, and yeah. I also just know how to use my leverage and so forth. That's another thing that I do know how to do. I need to work on my damn legs, other than just pacing. Maybe I'll do some, like, a late night DDR session. Do a post-stream DDR session. Yeah. Yeah. If it wasn't a pain in the ass, I would also... The other idea I just thought of, if it wasn't such a pain in the ass, I would take the entire desktop setup to the PS2 and, like, record a session, or maybe do a live where I don't save the VOD. I am still thinking about that. Back when I was regularly thinking about that, that was when I had the laptop, which makes it a little bit easier to do that. Nowadays, I think if I do that, I think the laptop would have to be just a recording session of that instead. I think that would be the safest bet. Ow. Oh, that looks important. Okay, another reload. Participating socially is how you heal. Participating in community keeps you alive. That's how humans are. I'm only saying that because I added to conversation. I think I'm just commenting in conversations at this point, but I think that's the best course of action usually. I don't always have to say something. Usually it's just validating a point or being like, "Oh, that's interesting," or "Oh, that." You know, just those little things. And it's genuinely out of interest. It just means that I am showing interest, I am listening to the conversation, and so forth. You don't always have to have an opinion on everything that's said in a group chat. Sometimes you can just be like, "Oh, okay," or "That's interesting," or "How is that going?" or... I think there's like a whole conversation tool thing of like making yourself seem like a really good conversationalist is you repeat back something that someone said to you. I wish I could give an example. Like, someone's telling you about boats and shit, I don't remember enough about boats. God, it's been so long. I crave the sea. I crave being slightly seasick and having to wear a patch behind my ear just so I avoid feeling like garbage. God, I wish. But the point is like, after a certain segment of statement, you repeat back about the statement like in a question, like, "Oh, that sort of thing?" It's kind of like an indication of, "Yes, I'm listening. This is what I heard about. Please tell me more about it." That sort of thing. It's a really useful tool. One, to keep yourself, like, okay, this sounds horrible to say, but to keep yourself engaged in the conversation. I know people's attention spans have been a little bit mucked up by, like, post-pandemic stuff, the rise of short-form content. In some cases, the school systems aren't doing their jobs. There's a lot of immediate gratification, dopamine, stuff like that. I've seen the transition. I have lived through the transition. There's a fun thing about being it's either an old Gen Z or a late millennial. I don't know which one I am. I've given up on that. But I think, to be fair, I don't think I'm exempt. I don't think I'm an exception of, like, anybody, like, hang on, let me say this right. I don't think I'm the only one, like, I'm not part of the only generation that's gone through a lot of rapid transitory periods. I'm pretty sure a lot of the generations have gone through random, specific social, technological, rapid transition periods. Like, that's just a fact of life, is that there's going to be constant rapid transitionary periods. Nothing is going to stay the same. The fashion in the 1900s, like, the difference between the 1910s and the 1920s is pretty strong. That's why when they talk, like, shoot, that's why fashion historians get really nitpicky about some films. Because they're like, yeah, that's like from like 20 years later from the setting of the year. From the year that you're saying it's supposed to be. Like, when you get down to a specific year, there's like different trends that are ongoing, that sort of thing. I'm saying that sort of thing a lot. I apologize, I did have to mock myself about it because I am annoying myself just by saying that sort of thing over and over and yeah, don't do any drinking games with my speech patterns. You'll get sick. You will get sick. Also, I don't endorse overindulging in substances because yeah, it's not good for your liver. It's really bad for your liver, actually. Plus, I'm gonna be honest, I've only had a few drinks in my life, and they all kind of tasted like eh. The only one I kind of liked was limoncello, and only because the aftertaste tasted like not sour lemon candy, but like it tasted like lemon candy. But it was the aftertaste and not the immediate taste. So I would get the aftertaste and then immediately take another sip and be like, why the hell did I sip it again? And then the cycle would eventually, and then I would get the aftertaste, and then the cycle would repeat, and it was the funniest thing. I genuinely think that one's the funniest drink of my life. Although, that one wasn't the best. The strawberry margarita I had, that one was actually pretty good. I did still taste the alcohol, but to be fair, I think alcohol itself just tastes bad. It just kind of sucks. Doesn't stop me from wanting to, like, just have a little sample of a few different types, just to figure out what my palate is and stuff like that. Not that I, like, necessarily need to drink, but if I want to, if I, like, that way I have, like, something that, not necessarily if necessary, because it doesn't have to be necessary, but I can have a go-to. I can have an option of being like, oh, I would like this particular thing. Like, that's what I would want to be able to do, is be like, oh. But most of the time, my ass is gonna order water. I barely order sodas. Occasionally it's a lemonade, but it depends on the restaurant. It depends on the place of whether or not I choose to have lemonade. Otherwise, I'm just gonna drink water. I've been like that since I was a kid. I was always like, ever since the moment I stopped, the moment I could drink water, I was just drinking water mostly. Maybe some Kool-Aid, maybe some powdered drink mixes, maybe the powdered lemonade that you mix up together and stuff like that, sugar. But most of the time, water. I just mostly drink water. I am very hydrated. I am a hydrated lady. I do like my lemon lime sodas. We finally got back to the lemon lime thing in the title. I'm very partial to Sprite. You know what's funny is I didn't learn until like later that lemonade as like a lemon juice with some basically sweetened lemon juice, like some water to dilute it, some lemon juice, and then sugar to sweeten it a little further. That's how Americans have lemonade. I didn't learn until later that lemonade for, like, I think it's Australia and the UK. Lemonade is lemon soda, basically. It's like Sprite or shit. 7-Up? Is 7-Up a 7-Up's a lemon lime soda, right? I don't freaking remember. Speaking of, I do have some. I think I have some 7-Up still. I always got 7-Up for whenever I felt like garbage. Because whenever you feel a little nauseous, sometimes you need a little carbon. Ginger ale is good, but it tastes best when you're like 50,000 feet in the air or 30,000 feet. You're at cruising altitude, seatbelt sign off. Just get neat ginger ale. Shit tastes amazing. Ginger ale is amazing at 10,000 feet or so. Something about that high altitude just makes it good. Yeah, but 7-Up is also a really good one for when you're feeling a little bit crappy. And it's particularly in the stomach. I don't know what it is about it, but it's real nice. I don't like the carbonation though. I do sometimes let my sodas get a little bit flat when I drink them. Just so I avoid the hiccup burps that burn my nose. Because I hiccup, burp, and then the air travels up and the carbon dioxide bubbles travel up through my nose and just burn the daylights out of it. I'm like, ow. Yeah, I'm always picky about my carbons. Alright, there we go. Alright, perfect. Alright, I just took out those 3. Which means I take out these 2. Oh my goodness gracious! In my defense, I did stay up a little late. I was working on a manuscript. It's on the first draft right now, and I'm being slightly a bit of perfectionist, but I want to have the storyline at least down. I could probably play a little fast and loose with it, but it's a lot of balancing issues. This is a mistake of having 6 POV characters. I don't think 6 POVs is gonna survive. Because there's like 6 separate stories going on here. One of them I don't think is gonna yeah. That one might not survive. But the problem is that one's connected to the overarching story, so that's a bit of a snag. It's technically not the first draft of it, but interesting. Huh. I don't even know what I did to get all 3 of them to do that, but that was kind of cool. One after the other. Yeah. Point is... Point is, I need to get to the overarching story and not focus in on too much on the individuals. That's what I get for liking the main 6 characters too much. There's also another little story on the side that I want to write for fun, and I have a habit of doing like connection long form stuff. And I think in that particular little fun side story thing that I'm writing, it's not related to the manuscript I was working on, but in that one, I think I just need to play it like episodic. Because I did that before with another story. That was a lot of fun. I played it out just little episodes. That's all it was. Oh, dear God, my hip. Jeez, I'm not that freaking old. Oh, Christ almighty. Doing a little bit of joint adjustment while I'm sitting here. Taking some damage so then I get the health that I want. Or the XP I want. Most excellent. You know, I'm thinking about the days when I used to... My sister, my friends, and I, we had a gas station kind of near our house growing up. And we used to walk down to the gas station with our friends with the little bit of pocket money we had. This was when, like, stuff was, like, maybe $1 or $2 or so. Like, candy bars and stuff like that, so we would hop on over to the gas station and buy ourselves particular candies and stuff like that. It was so fun. It was like a lot of stuff that was just pure sugar. But I liked it. It was fun. It was a good old time. Oh. That was the same era where we used to bike and rollerblade and skate around the neighborhood. It's a lot harder for kids to do that these days because every other adult is like calling the cops on kids just playing in the street. Obviously not like busy roads. I mean like in like cul-de-sac areas and stuff like that. I mean kids can be pretty as long as they're taught, hey, make sure if you see a car, get out of the road because it's probably coming in the direction that you're playing in. Like just get out of the road, bada bing, bada boom, you're fine. But then there's like those adults who like see kids outside and immediately assume they're causing trouble and call the cops on them and they're like, where are your parents? Where are your parents? It's like, calm down. I know y'all are aware that y'all probably should have been supervised and not been neglected growing up, but Jesus Christ, let them have a little bit of independent play. Chill out for 5 minutes. Let kids not be confined to their houses and stuck on phones and tablets all day. Let them go out and be in the community, you little shitheads. By little shitheads, I mean the boomer ass type people calling the cops on kids, I mean. They might not even necessarily be boomers, but yeah. I did a little bit of shopping today to make sure that I had food and also a couple other things because I ran out of iron supplements like just this morning. I thought I had more, but I was wrong. I was like, I thought I had 3 days left. Nope. No, I did not. I only had 1 day left yesterday, as of yesterday. Or maybe I just noticed the 3 days when it was 3 days remaining. Either way, I managed to get my supplements. That's all I care about. Because if I don't get enough iron in my system, yeah, I feel like I lose a lot of my energy. Ugh. I'm staying consistent on stuff. It's one of those things that's like a constant maintenance thing. Which I know everybody's like, oh, you just gotta cure it. No, there is no such thing as a freaking cure-all and stuff like that. You can cure diseases and things like that. You can get rid of a virus or deal with a bacterial infection or and stuff. But if you're dealing with something like, for example, if you're dealing with chronic illness, all it is about is maintaining the treatments, maintaining yourself, taking care of yourself. Like, there's no cure to being hungry permanently. Like, you're still gonna eat later. You're still gonna need to wash yourself later. You're still gonna need to hydrate later. This is all like physical maintenance and stuff like that. And shoot, taking supplements or taking medication that's been prescribed to you for whatever you need to deal with, that is maintenance. Those are part of maintenance to give yourself regular function. So you don't turn into a shambling mess and feeling miserable, because God knows that sucks. Nice. Damn, I am hauling ass today. Actually, I'm not hauling ass as much as I think I am. Well, no. We started at like 21,628 or something like that. So I'd say we're doing pretty damn good. Yeah, 21,628. So that 19,002. Okay, at 19,002, 20,000, about 2,628 or so. Ah, son of a bitch. Oh my god, that's a hiccup and a half. Ow. Oh god. Oh my gosh, that one actually really hurts. Ow, hang on, I need a drink. Holy shit. That one actually really hurt. Digestive system, why are you being so mean to me today? Why are you so mean? While I'm thinking about this, I love how I'm getting distracted, like, constantly. But I think I already, I think I talked about this a while ago. I was talking about adjusting some of the stream screens. That's what I get for having too many S's right next to each other. Stream screens. Yeah, no, I'm not doing that dream drop distance thing. I was gonna try to complete Riku's story before Sora's and stuff, but I think I'm just gonna stick with having fun and playing the game instead. Alright, let me look at this. Oh hey, there's the bingo card squares. Really? Is that the only thing? Oh, well, I did actually figure out what little photo carousel thing. I was gonna do some silhouette stuff with the background, the carousel of photos and so forth. I still haven't quite figured out how I want the background to look. I think what I'm gonna do, instead of drafting it on my iPad, I think I'm gonna draft it in one of my sketchbooks first. And then once I've come up with a reasonable draft on that, then I will take a photo of that and work on it within Ibis Paint and do some digital illustration for that. I think that might be the best course of action. Because then I can get a baseline for how I want the background to look. For the screens to keep them cohesive, but still, like, very clearly distinct from me. Like, cohesive, but also distinct, that you can tell just by color glance, oh, we're at the starting soon screen. Oh, we're at the be right back. Oh, we're in the midst of switching games. Or, oh, it's the end of the stream. It's thanks for watching, that sort of thing. It's the little subtle things that I want to make work. So, yeah. I was just thinking about that. I have the little notebook next to me because right before the stream I was going to scribble down everything that I wanted to talk about. But I actually managed to talk about everything that I wanted to without having to write it all down. I remembered. Honestly, starting streaming again was probably the best thing. Was the best way to start, like, fixing a lot of the stuff that I needed to work on. Just, like, in general. Like, cognitive function, surprisingly, is improving. Mostly because I keep doing mathematical equations in my head to do a general assessment of how many dusks am I going to take out? Or how many sessions of this level, are there going to be? Oh. Oh. How long is this going to take? That sort of thing. God damn it! I just need to add that to a metaphorical bingo card, and then it'll stop being talked about. Like, once I still have the bingo square listing. Let's see. Math / dividing by eights. Thank you for your contribution to this project. Haven't said that in a while. Eating food. Haven't had that problem. OBS disconnect. Solved that with the change in device. Scuff. Also solved by changing the device. Talking about Minecraft, a little bit less frequent. The main file, haven't talked about it as much as I used to, just mainly because I got to the Xemnas fight and then he proceeded to... Honestly, he beat me into submission and nearly made me cry. Terrible impressions, haven't done that in a while. Randomly singing, still do that. I'll look that up later. No, I just look it up right now, unless I don't care enough. That's the secret. If I don't care enough, I won't look it up. Because I'll probably forget. I'll just say I'll look that up later and then promptly forget about it. Or sometimes I do actually remember and then I look it up and I'm like, oh yeah! I don't go for the I only go for the calculator at the end of the stream, and the clicking sound still happens. That one still happens. But it's funny to me. Well, it's more like a finishing a sentence thing. Like, for example, if you decided to make a me... If I made a me of me on Tomodachi Island, I would try to figure out a way to make my me just do at the end of a sentence. I don't know why, but it's like punctuation. Alright. Bring it on! That never gets old. Yeah. I do actually have a little carousel of interest thing, like for the little silhouette carousel for the stream screens. I don't know if all of them are going to have the photo carousel thing. But currently on that list is Kingdom Hearts, Minecraft, TMNT. Can't go wrong with TMNT. I've done, God, like 2 playthroughs at this point on my channel. Star Trek, because I am enjoying that very thoroughly, and Warrior Cats, because that is where I got my namesake. Obviously, there's no resemblance of the character Yellowfang and my persona as Yellowfang, because I chose instead to make the kitty Sona a little bit more on the fluffy and yellow side. I mean, the fluff is still there, but that is not a gray cat. That is a very fluffy, very yellow cat. I figured that would be the best point of action for me. It's still my favorite version of how I drew my Sona. I just drew that on like a little whim. It's so annoying. Every once in a while I just get this urge to draw something and then I make something fantastic. And then when I try to draw a lot more on purpose, it just doesn't work. I think if I actually drew a lot more on purpose, regardless of whether or not it looks good, I'd probably get better at art, you know? Practice. Something I should probably do more of, you know? Just an idea. Speaking of, your girl needs to practice working with DaVinci Resolve more often so she can get used to it and get that damn Aqua video out. Good lord. Ah, shoot, I forgot to make a note of how to do the keyboard shortcuts to move along the line. Because there's a way to do it. I think it was like Alt and then the arrow or something like that. I'll have to poke around at the shortcuts later. There's a lot of keys involved, I've been told. So I need to play with that a little bit. To be fair, Video Proc Vlogger has done well for me, but eventually I do need to get used to fancier video software. So then I can make things look a little nice. Not that my videos aren't nice. I like them a lot. But I do need to— God dang it! OBS! I saw that! I saw that shit! You might act like there was no frames dropped, but I know. Oh, okay, there is still one more. I was like, wait a minute, there's clearly— I only saw 2. I don't remember seeing a 3rd. Anyway. I think I am gonna add that. I think I'm adding Death Stranding to the carousel of interest because, let's be real, I actually quite like the game. I think I'm gonna watch someone's playthrough of On the Beach at some point because I don't want to get a PS5 anymore. Sony's bullshit. Either that or I'm gonna wait for the PC version to come out. Is there a PC version of Death Stranding actually? I should check. Let me see. Death Stranding 2 On the Beach. Fuck yeah. Okay, it's on PC. Okay. Okay, life is good. If I want to play it, I just need to do some reworking. If I wanted to play that on stream for Death Stranding 2, I would just need to do some reworking for myself. I still need to go around and do a test run. I still need to go and get the freaking— oh my god. I need to make a to-do list again. Guess who needs to make a to-do list? This gal! I could just make a handwritten to-do list instead of using my phone, because sometimes— well, the problem is the task list app on my phone, it's actually a really good one. I managed to get good luck on that one because it doesn't piss me off with anything stupid. It's just simple, easy to use. I can mess around with different separate lists and tasks and so forth, different categories of lists. Saves me a lot of sanity. There's little subtasks, which is great for when I go grocery shopping. Not sponsored, by the way. Imagine that, getting sponsored by a tasks app. It's like you do office streaming and you get sponsored by like Asana or some shit like that. I can't remember if Teams started doing task stuff. I kind of liked how Asana worked. Unfortunately, I didn't learn it very long. You know, looking back, I'm doing a personal evaluation. I could have done a hell of a lot better at my job, and I probably would have been just fine if I just done that. But unfortunately, taking initiative is not one of my strong suits. It's something I am actively learning. Because a lot of things came easy to me growing up, and now it's biting me in the ass. Repeatedly. I would like to be able to sit down and relax, thank you very much, problems. Oh, man. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, oh, wait, I should add Star Wars to that list of the carousel of interest, but you know what I should do is find a way to incorporate weather. I should incorporate weather, volcanoes specifically, because I used to be obsessed with volcanoes. There was this little National Geographic Kids issue that I loved reading. I read it cover to cover, over and over and over again. And I wish I still had it, because it was fun. I used to love reading that one. There's also this one other kids magazine that I can't remember. I think it was Nat Geo Kids or something like that. It was another one. But there was like this one that had like a little vision of like some futuristic stuff. And I thought it was such a cool concept. where like the clothes could change color from your work outfit to your home casual outfit. Like that was some cool shit. All right, weather, volcanoes, geology. Geology is a pretty big interest. Eh, fuck it, I'll even put mathematics on there. I think if I do the carousel of interest, what I'm going to do with the silhouettes is intersperse the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, I'll intersperse the media stuff, like the popular media things, with the more quote-unquote general interests, like weather, volcanoes, geology, and mathematics. I'll intersperse those between that on the little carousel. I think that would be a more dynamically interesting and more variety-filled idea. I'll have to do a lot of sketches for how I want, like what I want to represent those interests. Again, guess who's breaking out the sketchbook? This girl! I should say this lady. I'm too old to be called girl. I'm not girl. I am woman. Frighteningly enough. Isn't that a scary thought? It's actually really not that scary. The further along you get into adulthood and the more freedoms you have, the more you're like, oh, okay, this is nice. Does the curse of financial responsibility weigh over your head like a heavy sack or an axe over your head? Of course it does. But you're allowed to go a lot more places. Nobody gets really weird on you or tries to tell you you don't know what you're doing. Okay, actually, no. As a woman, you still get told you don't know what you're doing because for some reason people still, like, infantilize you or some shit. It's some bullshit. Especially if you're short. God, if you're a short woman, God help you. People suck. Yeah, but people just, ugh. Also, when you're an adult, people are less likely to assume you're getting into mischief or shenanigans. These days, it actually makes a little bit more, I was gonna say these days it makes more sense that people think kids are getting into shenanigans. No, it's just more publicly known. Because people keep posting their stupidity on the internet, or their bad behavior or whatnot, or their random things that they're pulling. Like, not everything has to be posted online, but the way the online culture is, everybody has to share all the aspects of their life, or a curated version of their life. That's what they all share. Not everybody, of course. This is just a general statement, not a applicable to everyone statement. There is a slight difference between those. Point is, it's just the shenanigans are actually being recorded. Meanwhile, back in the day, idiot kids were making pipe bombs out of copper pipe and matches and blowing off their fingers. That's why some of your folks' uncles have missing fingers. It's because they decided to make a little pipe bomb and blow it up in the middle of nowhere, and it set off because they picked the wrong matches. Also, just don't make pipe bombs. Don't make homemade pipe bombs. Just don't do that. I probably shouldn't have specified the composition, but it's not that freaking hard to figure it out, but still. Plus, I'm pretty sure the game has changed and it's not as easy to get copper pipes because either it's in the walls of a house, and if it's in the walls of the house and left alone, somebody is gonna get that copper and use it for money. Either out of desperation for things, or yeah. Just yeah. I wonder if I can track down a magazine. I want to see if I can find that. Just look up Nat Geo Kids, well, maybe it's not Nat Geo Kids, actually. Because that's something different. Magazines for kids were so cool. They used to have, like, teen and tween magazines as well. Oh, that's a shop vac! Oh my god. I just heard something and I'm like, is that a freaking electric car? No. No, it's a shop vac that I'm hearing. Jesus Christ. Yeah, if you ever hear an electric car backing up, it sounds like an alien is landing or something, because the damn things are so quiet that you need the hovering... You need, like, the hovercraft sound, the UFO sound, just so you know that something is backing out. Because those things are freaking quiet. It's amazing how much humans rely on sound. Which is very good, actually. It's good to rely on more than just sight. Using sound is one of the ways that we can tell where things are at. How loud it is. How close is it gonna be? What's its pace? What is it doing? Is it high energy? Is it low energy? All very important little aspects of life. It's such a long distance. One of the folks that's been doing the level 100 grind for KH1, I just saw his stream earlier today. It's already Olympus Coliseum, so cheers to him. I do not remember his name. I can read it. I can read the screen name in my mind, but it is not coming to me, unfortunately. I think he's about 3 hours into his level 100 run. He's doing great, though, so cheers. Hats off to him. I can't wait to be at level 99, but it's such a far distance. In fairness, a lot of folks that are doing the level 100 grind, they're doing a lot longer streams and they're streaming a lot more frequently than I am for this. I only stream like twice a week for the level 99 grind, and then I do a dream drop distance stream. But I do genuinely need those days. I do genuinely need the days that I don't stream to be open as they are. It's a sanity thing. I think the more stamina I get, the more likely I'll be able to do a lot more. But at the moment, my energy levels are very limited and I'm trying not to burn myself out. The trick is to build my confidence and not burn out. I do not want to burn out. That's why I started doing the command roulette. Or command spin. Fuck it. I like command roulette better. It sounds cooler. But why I started doing the command spin stream. And then I started playing Dream Drop Distance. Those are my sanity break streams where I just play through a game. It's not a level grind. It's just good old-fashioned playing a game. I like it. I like it a lot. I should do that with Lego Star Wars at some point. That game is really fun. Which means I need to do the hookup for the freaking... I need to hook up the Wii! I'll do that. You know what? No, wait. I won't make any promises just yet. No promises yet. I need to finish my playthrough of Dream Drop Distance first. I was feeling a little bit worried about the Dream Drop Distance playthrough just yesterday. And
And I was like, okay, maybe I shouldn't focus as heavily on, like, tracking down every last treasure on the planet. I haven't finished Sora's side of the grid. Shit, I'm gonna need to do that. I finished Riku's all in one go with the drop. Like, just all in one drop, I finished Riku's playthrough on the grid. I think the more I use the drop decelerators, I'll be able to expand those a lot more and get through a lot of the sections easier. So, I'll run out Riku's clock. I'll run out Riku's clock on Thursday in the drop, and then go from there. Maybe I'll start on my... I was gonna say, maybe I'll start on my Prankster's Paradise right off the bat, and other part of me is like, but what if you get all the treasures first? What if you do that? Girl, why are you like this? I'm so glad I'm not trying to do the live stream playthrough on Proud Mode. I think I'd lose my sanity. Like I said, I'm trying to have fun with the games. I'm not trying to be the best of the best. I'm just trying to enjoy things again. Plus, there are very few times where I actually choose the standard mode. And in this particular round, this file, the file that we're on here, this is on critical mode. Here's your proof. You see that? You see that? I'm in a hell of a lot of trouble. I'm in crit mode. At the time when I started my critical files, I was, like, on it. I had the energy, I had the capacity to be able to do all the stuff. I don't physically have that anymore. There are some things that I cannot do like I used to. And it's because of little stupid physical limits that really piss me off. Like, for example, I think you kind of saw it when I was trying to fight Xemnas and he was kicking my ass. Final Xemnas was kicking my ass. I could physically tell that the amount of stress... I know it's ridiculous to get stressed about a video game, but you know, you're tense. You're trying to solve it and you're just getting beat. You're getting beaten down over and over and stuff. And I was just like, oh, I know what this is. This is just Anthem KH1 all over again. And I actually had to stop playing KH1 for quite a while. I didn't beat it until like partway through my second year of college or third year, and I started it a while before that. I couldn't play it because when I tried to do the boss fight, right afterwards, my entire body would tense up. So I was like, okay. Too much stress for the body. We're gonna hold off on playing KH1 for a while. And then I actually had my friends actually sat with me through the playthrough, and it was a good old time, and I beat him, and I was like, yes, let's frickin' go! I was so excited that I just cut off the recording of the battle. It was the coolest thing ever. I'm gonna be honest. It was really cool to get that done. Still one of my favorite memories. I remember more of it if I watch the recording, because I just use the PS4 recording function where I get the clip from that, and it back records about an hour at least, at most. That's the most it can record backwards. Just that little thing there makes such a huge difference. You can tell in the recording how I was feeling at the moment, or at least I can remember. I can remember some of the thoughts and feelings, what I was doing at the time. I remembered that I paused the game to like get up and stretch and well, I'll be honest, use the restroom because I needed to do that. just to make sure that I didn't lose focus, because I was like, okay, I cannot fail this. I have to kick Ansem's ass. It has to be done. I have to kick his ass. There is no way around it. I have to win. And I did! And it was awesome! Also a big help was having Leaf Bracer. And MP Rage. Oh my god, MP Rage was so clutch. Do we get MP Rage in this game? Because if we do, I am definitely turning that on the moment I get it. MP Rage is gonna save me. Also, so is finding ways to make sure that Donald and Goofy can help me. I also just need to learn to fight for myself. I am a very Sora-coded person. My friends are my power. That includes in my video games. I can play a pretty good support, like, tank. I can play a pretty good tank. Shoot! I used to do that when my friends and I would get together and we played Dungeon Defenders. There was like a whole like day-long session where we just, I think it was during the summer or something like that. It was like a summer weekend or just a weekend where we just sat and like 3 or 4 of us just played Dungeon Defenders for like a long time. It was so fun. We had such a blast. I played the knight. My best friend played the monk. Who was it that played the wizard? Was it my friend's cousin or was it another friend of ours? Someone played the wizard. But we had a wizard, a monk, and then me as the tank. I can't remember if we had a 4th person. I cannot. But it was so much fun. Like building up the defenses and fighting the enemies and taking out the big old bosses at the end of the waves. Like prepping for the next wave. God, it was great. I still have Dungeon Defenders on PS4. I just haven't gotten around to playing it because I don't have that many friends that actually play it, let alone on the PS4. If I wanted to play it with friends, I would need to set up a time and session with them. I wonder if I can find some streamers that also play Dungeon Defenders. I don't know if I'll find anybody who does that. But it's also like I gotta find somebody that I can collaborate with. That's another big deal, is figuring out who I can work with and stuff. Because it's one thing to just collaborate with someone who's like chill and stuff like that. It's another if you actually get along and can work together and team up and so forth. Build each other up, that sort of thing. Oh god, that's gonna annoy the crap out of me. That's okay. I heard about the Odyssey, the Christopher Nolan movie coming out this weekend. I heard it's good. I heard there was a lot of stuff that was cut from like the main storyline, like the gods weren't really there except for maybe Athena. It's definitely an adaptation, but it's not necessarily like bad, is what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say. I heard it was good. Maybe I should get around to watching that. Another theater adventure! Yay! Yeah. But that keeps me thinking about the Odyssey adaptation, the musical epic. That musical lives rent-free in my head, especially the song Just a Man from the first saga. It's such a good song. It's so good. And the fact that the motif happens like throughout the musical, like time to time. It's so good. I especially love it at the end of the very last song in Would You Fall in Love with Me Again. That part when it plays the song, ooh, plays the melody of Just a Man. God, that's so freaking good. I love that shit. Musical motifs coming back in. That's good stuff. I don't know how to explain it, okay? I wasn't a music major. I do know a little thing or two about music, but not much. Not enough to use the right words. Whee! Wahoo! Speaking of Epic the Musical, I think I'm gonna do a Hera cosplay again the next time I go to a convention. But I'm gonna change it up. I did like my costume, but I want it to look more Greek. I want it to have more of the vibes. Because what I put together in a pinch was I basically wore a jumpsuit that had the cold shoulder thing, you know, the thing that you see a lot of the stuff. I'm thinking maybe I can okay. As of current, my sewing machine is broken. I need to fix the cable. I'm scared of fixing the cable because fixing the cable, scary. I could just find a repair person to fix said cable, fix the cord. I could do that. It's possible. But also, I don't know if I'm up for sewing. So here's my initial spitball of a plan. My initial plan is that I get one of those cheapy costumes from like the Party City ass costume or Spirit Halloween type costumes for Greek Goddess, and then I modify the shit out of it. That's my idea. I could modify the shit out of it. Okay, all I have to do is make sure that I pick the right dye. Because what I could do, I could get some dye from the craft store, fabric dye. I would need to make sure to get the right type for the fabric that is often used in those cheap costumes. Because I think it's like some cheapy polyester stuff. So what I would do is I would try to dye it in a sort of peacock blue color. Yeah, okay, dye it in a peacock blue color. And then maybe hand sew some goldish accents on there. Maybe if I can find some patches that look like peacock feathers, that would be amazing. I don't think I'm gonna hand embroider that shit. That would kill me. I'm not very strong on the beadwork. I'm not very strong on the sewing either, but yeah. It's within a reasonable range of budget. I should take a lookaroo actually. I should take a little lookaroo about that, because I very much liked, I like my accessories though. The accessories that I wore for the Hera costume, 10 out of 10, the little sunny looking crown and the peacock feather staff that I carried, perfect. The outfit, I wasn't very much vibing with the outfit, so I want to fix that. That's what I want to deal with. I want to fix the vibe of the outfit and make it look absolutely smashing. I like the jumpsuit, but I wanna upgrade next year. Especially if there's another sing-along session at the convention. Because if there's another Epic the Musical sing-along event, I need to be there for God Games, and I need to be there as Hera, and I need to be there for my few lines. I'm gonna be that one person that's just Hera every stinking year for those sing-alongs. It'll be great. Get down to karaoke night. Hey, want to do God Games? Yeah, sure. We need a Hera. I'm here. Perfect. Bring me on. I am Hera. I am Hera now. Bring me on. I can do this. I will play the role. I will. Whee! Wahoo! Whoop! Wow! Hey, it ain't a Yellowfang 42 stream without me doing a little jumping down the ramp and doing a little Mario impression. Huh. Interesting concept. Sorry, I just got lost in thought of like a really old thing that people used to say to tell people to get out of their conversations. So, like the A and B conversation to see your way out of it. You know, using the alphabet to tell people to F off. And stop nosing in. It's like, mind your business. Speaking of mind your business, I can't stop thinking about that one Vine where it's like, Johnny has 19 dish soaps. Why does Johnny have so much soaps? Mind your business, David! The original Vine creator does a much better delivery than I just did. For a myriad of reasons. One being just better delivery and comedic timing, and also not laughing through the entire thing as he's saying it. Some things make it more funny when you're laughing your way through the joke. Other times it's not as funny when you're laughing your way through the joke because nobody can understand what you're saying. Unfortunately, I am the latter. Comedy is not my strong point. The only time I'm funny is when I'm not intending to be funny. It's when I'm completely deadpan. Or I just make the shittiest pun in the universe and then just go, heh. I'm pretty sure my friends feel like a slight existential dread every time I'm like, so it's a, and then pun on whatever it is that someone just said. And then there's just this collective, oh. I feel extra proud when I get a fuck off from them. Because it's an affectionate one, of course. It's a very affectionate F off. It's great, I love it. It's my favorite thing in the world. To be annoying with puns. Oh man, I have had such a grand old day. Good golly. That idea for the modified the modified cheapy Halloween costume is actually kind of appealing. And what I could also do is track down like a sheer bluish scarf to try to like drape that around or something like that. If that's not part of the costume, I can get that too. I need to go through my shoes again. I wear like only, okay, let's see. I have a pair of nighttime slippers that I got years ago. Most of my shoes are over a year old, by the way. Most of them are like 2 or 3 years old. I'm not even joking. The newest pair is my leather boots, which are specifically for doing extensive lawn care. They're my work boots. I have work boots now. But those are the newest shoes I have. And I'm trying to make them last for a few years. But most of the time I'm wearing canvas shoes. I have this pair of canvas shoes that are a little bit more high top. I've got some low ones that I wear on outdoorsy excursions. I have another pair that I wear for like
just going outside, like maybe I'm just taking out the trash or something like that, because I can just slip them on and off. And there's another pair of high tops that have like some embroidered flowers on the side. I should probably figure out if I want to keep those. I was gonna say they look a little bit childish, but I'm gonna be honest, I probably need the whimsy in my life. But I still need to go through my shoes and get rid of ones that I just flat out don't wear or I'm never gonna wear. I'm still keeping the... I have these flip-flops that have the thing where your foot is actually attached to. Like the sole is made of wood, and then that is made of like some cloth because it's supposed to be paired with a kimono or yukata. So those are not going anywhere. Ever. Those are never going to be gone. But I think I also have some like 2-inch thick loafers that I don't wear very often. I have a pair of rain boots that are probably gonna just need to go. Because I have... my calves are too big. Strong calves. They're just a little too thick. To be fair, they were a little bit squishy as is, the boots. Good old rain boots, though. Very glad I have them. And I think I need to get rid of a couple of pairs of boots that I was gonna repair them, but I think I just need to I just need to be done with them because at this point my foots have changed and I tried wearing them. I think I tried wearing one of the pairs to a convention and it hurt my feet so bad that I was just like, you know what? Fuck all that. Oh, speaking of boots, I do have a pair of slip-on boots that I can just... They're great for pirate outfits. Those ones are pretty good, actually. I still like those. The pleather is falling off so badly. It's hilarious, actually. It's genuinely hilarious how much the pleather is falling off. I'm trying to think of what other pairs of shoes I have, but, like, see, I barely remember any of them. I need to go through them and just eliminate them by either giving them away or throwing them out if they're too far gone. I'm trying to remember if I have any flats, like any type of dress shoes, but I don't think I do. Because I hardly ever wore dress shoes. That's my problem. I don't wear dress shoes. Oh my god, calm down. Oh, I forgot about the high tops that are Kingdom Hearts themed. Those I paired with my Sora costume a while back. Yeah, let's see. Okay, yep, those are the canvas shoes. Pair of old boots. Is there any other... Okay, there's no other boots there. There's the other pair of old boots. Oh wow, I actually already narrowed down my pairs of shoes. Never mind. Huh. I thought I had a crap ton more, but I was wrong. Oh, wait, I lied. There's another pair of shoes that is hiding. Oh, wait a minute. Is this another bag of things that I wanted to get rid of? Yep. Oh, I have another pair of low, shoes. Okay, cool. They're blue. Cute. Oh my god, my back. Ah. But see what I mean? I need to go through my stuff and get rid of some things. I don't want to get rid of the stuffed animals, which I need to find a better place for them. They're currently in an old laundry basket. I need to get... so many things. Ugh. I can't have them on my bed, though. They'll take up too much room. And I don't want to put them on a pile in a corner or something like that. That just... no. I took them out of that corner for a reason. Part of me is considering getting one of those stuffed animal nets and just throwing them all up there, but then that would make a new spider nest, but I think they're already in hell at this point. There's probably a spider nest hiding in that pile of cute, fluffy things. So many things I have to go through.
There's also this little storage space in my room that I need to do a little perusing through. I need to clean... I think I want to clean it out and try to make it a little bit more inhabitable. I wouldn't be able to sleep in it, but maybe just as like a little storage and like chill nook. Or maybe not even a storage nook. Maybe I could add some extra insulation and soundproof padding or something like that. Maybe make that a little safe haven for my dogs. Or at least one of them. Because I know they'd probably... They wouldn't get pissy at each other over who has the spot, but... I think it'd be a nice little cave spot for them when things get loud during the celebratory holidays full of fireworks. The random urge to watch BBC Sherlock. God, that show... I don't think I can fully form an opinion on it. The first 2 seasons were fine, and then... I kind of gave up after the 3rd one, and don't even get me started on what the hell Series 4 was. I didn't even watch it. I kind of gave up on Series 3, because it was like, it was okay, it was fine, but, just, Also, the fact of the matter is the showrunners hated the fans that actually made it popular. I think they were expecting a different audience, and then they got upset that teenage girls and women liked it. Which, of course, that happens with a lot of freaking showrunners. For some reason, they just hate that women enjoy their shit. When they're the ones who are usually the backbone of the entire fucking thing. How do they think Star Trek lasted so long beyond the 1st season? Women! Lucille Ball is the main reason why we have more than 1 season of Star Trek, the original series. Be grateful for your fans, you pricks. Looking at you, Moffat. Shit for brains, arrogant asshole. I'm so sorry, that was very incensed. But it needed to be said. just like freaking snapped there for a second. God, that was such an era though. Especially for Tumblr, holy shit. Because you got the whole Super Wholock thing going on, with Supernatural being a major thing, Doctor Who with 11 and 10, and then Sherlock. So many fanfictions, man. Actually, now that I think about it, I wonder how many crossover fanfictions there are for Super Wholock specifically. Is that even a dedicated... I doubt that's a... Is that a dedicated tag on AL3? No, they probably just are tagged... I'll have to dig in the Supernatural fandom and see which ones are tagged also with the fandom. God damn it! OBS! I'm still cussing out OBS, but it's because it's randomly refreshing. What the fuck are you doing, OBS? You were fine. Behave yourself. I am so sorry. I just thought of this one. I can't remember the original, I cannot remember the original text. But it was something, it was someone saying something along the lines of, by Allah, this is absolutely disgusting. I will reblog as usual, or something like that. It was just really funny. It was just so hilarious. It's just like, this is totally... It was something along the lines of it being haram, but I will reblog as usual is just the cherry on top of that. It's great. Note to self, work on delivery of jokes. Maybe remember some jokes. That'd be great. How about that? Oh god, oh dear god. Oh dear god, I got a chill down my spine for no reason, and now one of my shoulders is
Not where it belongs. Hang on, let me just, hang on. Would you please relax for 2 minutes, shoulder? I'm trying to work. Trying to do a little level grinding here. Speaking of, while I take some damage, I'm gonna do a little time travel because I don't remember where I was at. Oh, son of a bitch! Okay, note to self, do not try to time travel while doing that. Huh. Wow. Well, would you look at that? Yeah, 634 plus 8. 634 plus 8. Let me double check that that's right, though. Yeah, 634 plus 8. It's not that freaking hard. It's 642, honey. So, 21,642 is where we were. I did a little adjustment with Windows because I got sick and tired of, hang on, 21,642. There we go. I saw a notation about apparently snapshots of like weird Windows stuff and the fact that it doesn't get rid of sensitive information. So I eliminated Copilot according to the directions that was given. And then I also followed directions for turning off the web suggestions. Like the search suggestions that take a minute because it pings your internet. And I turned it off on both of my computers. I'm thinking of poking at another device in the house and also taking that out just so then one of my family members is not as tech savvy as I am. She can do quite a bit, but I think I might go in there and do a little bit of tweaking on the computer so then it runs a little faster. I think that would be a good. That would not be a disservice, is what I'm saying. It does mean I'll have to restart the computer again, but it's fine. I can do that. I can restore pages. I know how to do things. There's a reason why I got reputation as the computer scientist of the family. Family? What the fu- Hello? Family? Family? Jesus Christ. Where the hell did that even come from? Family. Also, as always, I'm praising the app timer on my phone for making me slowly wean myself off of TikTok because it has been a blessing. However, I downloaded one of those puzzle games, and the puzzle games are very addicting. Thankfully, I didn't touch it today. Today. For now. Not yet, anyway. As long as I don't touch it today, I'll be fine. But if I touch it today, I ain't getting anything done. I like seeing things put back in their place. I like solving puzzles. I need to go through this one room in my house that has some stuff in it. One, to help reorganize it, because right now it has some extra stuff that needs to be just reorganized. And then it also just has a bunch of extra stuff that needs to be dealt with. Yeah. There's also a whole pile of, like, history records that I don't know if I'm the one that should be going through it, but I think I should go through it and try to find a way to get, like,
I don't know what to do with it. I'm gonna be honest. I need to... It's always a struggle, because you want to preserve history and stuff like that, but it's also understandable that not every piece of history is going to last, but it's nice to make some pieces last, especially since it's stuff related to people related to me. Like, this is some ancestral stuff, some of their stories. One of the previous gals in my family is a very prime example of the fact that every freaking woman in our family is liable to punch a fella. Or liable to outshoot a fella. Pack of angry fighters. Okay, maybe not angry fighters, but definitely a pack of fighters. So has it been, so it shall be. Every woman in the family has, can, and will throw hands. We will throw down. It's great. Oh. I do really need to go back through some of the stories and read through them. I think that would be good. I read through an old journal just the other day, though, and it made me really sad. It was from another family member who is long passed. And reading through the entries, I'm like, I just kind of had to sit there for a moment and think about it for a bit afterwards and think, damn, that's really heavy. And I just kind of have to sit there with that because I can't talk to them, obviously. They're gone. Can't talk to them. Nope. That's how time works, unfortunately. Nice. I think I'm gonna add a couple of non-media interests. I have to really think about it though. Food. Oh my god. I cannot believe I didn't think about food. Okay, let's not knock me into the door. Let's walk past that because that might be a little bit too much. I'm gonna do food / cooking just because. Oh shit, I just remembered. I think I need to make some waffles tomorrow. Yeah, I ran out of waffles. Shit. I'm gonna do a lot of cooking tomorrow. Gotta make some waffles. Gotta cook up the pork chops that are now in the fridge and make a delicious meal out of them with the potatoes and the broccoli. Oh god, it sounds so good right now. Holy shit. It's such a peak meal. Oh my god. I'm so glad that I started looking for other recipes because I needed to do that really bad. Expanding my taste palette is a blessing. There are there are still some meals that I'm like, okay, I can never go wrong with this. Like the chicken bites and fries, the fried chicken stuff, and the steak fries slaps every time. The difference is I added seasoned salt. I did the same thing of adding the seasoned salt to the potatoes when I make them now, just because it makes them taste better, in my opinion. Adds a little extra flavor. Unfortunately, your girl forgot to buy seasoned salt at the fucking store. Damn it. Sorry. At least I remembered the minced garlic, though. I could probably look up what goes into seasoned salt and just make my own seasoned salt mixture or something like that. It's probably not that freaking hard. I could look it up right now while I'm thinking and while I'm getting my,
while I'm getting kicked around a little by the dusks. Thank you. Oh, that's a jump button. What was I looking up? What is in seasoned salt? Yes, okay. Let me see. It uses... Oh my god. Paprika strikes again. Paprika, my frickin' beloved. Okay, yes, there's salt, pepper, paprika, garlic powder, onion powder, and cayenne pepper. Okay. Just gonna take a screenie of that because I might just make the... Yeah, I just might make my own seasoned salt instead. How about that? It might taste the exact same as the one that I just finished off, but it'll be my own blend, and I won't have to go to the store as long as I have all the ingredients, which I'm pretty sure I do, so there. Make myself some seasoned salt. No. It's good stuff, genuinely. It's the greatest thing on the planet. Yeah, food and cooking. I can't believe I forgot about that. That is one of the things I enjoy. I do like solving puzzles, but I'm like, okay, how do I incorporate this without looking like I'm representing Autism Speaks? Because I don't want to represent that organization in any capacity. The freaking puzzle piece pisses me off. Get that shit out of here. The main reason why I say that is because, historically speaking, they haven't actually been very all that helpful and have been more of an infantilizing force and so forth to people who are autistic folks. Most autistic folks don't really like Autism Speaks, let's be real here. And for a lot of reasons. God, a lot of frickin' reasons, and they are absolutely right about those reasons. Holy shit. Jesus Christ. Jump scare. I love how that's the note we're ending on. Of all the notes to end on, that. Anyway. That is gonna do it for the stream. Wait a minute. Wait. Hold up. Wait, we need to do some math. Before we go. Otherwise, I pulled up the calculator for nothing. Alright, where's the calculator? Let's put the calculator on. There we go. 21,642. That's what we started at. We got, okay, and then minus 16,246. A whopping 5,396. Let's freaking go. 5,396. Alright. Now, that is actually going to do it for the stream. If you want to continue following this journey and my Dream Drop Distance journey and any other further journeys along with me, you can hit the subscribe button if you're on the YouTube side, the follow button on the Twitch side. I also have socials, which are the Twitter, the Tumblr, and the Blue Sky. They are all at Yellowfang42 if you follow me on any of those three. Well, except maybe Tumblr, you'll get notifications of when I go live and also posts about other things, maybe updates on videos and other thoughts. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a good rest of the morning, afternoon, evening, and night. I am gonna either eat some ice cream or think about eating ice cream and then promptly forget about it. Here's your end stream screen card. Have a good one. Bye.